Welcome students. Under the fourth topic of the biology, that is the molecular basis of inheritance, the next important unit, that is the protein synthesis. So protein synthesis is one of the important process takes place in all living organisms. The proteins plays very important role in all biochemical activities, biochemical processes by acting the catalyst, biocatalyst to achieve any type of physiological biochemical process. That means the proteins acts as enzymes. Here we can cite one reference or the one important point, that is all the proteins not act as an enzyme. Some proteins plays important role as a structural unit in all different membranes of a cell or maybe of different organs, and which composed by maybe the lipids and proteins. But all the enzymes are proteins. So all enzymes are proteins, but all proteins are not the enzymes. And so here the protein synthesis is the central dogma of a cell. That means the process takes place inside the cell, and it is the central dogma. Central dogma, that means inside the cell, in the nucleus, the genetic material is present in the form of DNA, and DNA which transcribe the message towards the RNA, that means from DNA to RNA the message get transcribed, that means the RNA gets synthesized, and then later on the different RNAs plays very important role in the synthesis of the protein. That means it is the unidirectional flow from DNA to RNA, and from RNA to protein. The process is called as the central dogma of a cell. And then today we will discuss about the detailed process or the mechanism of the protein synthesis, that means the central dogma. The protein synthesis shows two main processes, two main steps, as the first one, that is the transcription, and the second one, that is the translation. There are two main steps, the transcription and the process of the translation. So initially here, what is the meaning of the transcription and the translation? The process of protein synthesis which completely regulates by the DNA. So the DNA is the main controlling or the regulating unit of the protein synthesis. The DNA decides now which type of protein is to be get synthesized in the cell. Maybe it required as an enzyme, and so the DNA regulates whole process of the protein synthesis. And so initially the DNA, one strand of DNA which transcribe, that means it gives the message in the form of the generation or the construction of the new complementary strand, that is the mRNA, messenger RNA, and the process is called as the transcription. That means in short, here the transcription we can define as the DNA undergo the process, particularly only one strand of DNA. The one strand, again there is a specificity, the strand which opens the 5' to 3' direction. That means 3' direction is the free end, the open end, and such a DNA strand which synthesize the complementary strand, and the complementary strand, that is the messenger RNA. That means the DNA strand synthesize the RNA. RNA, that means the ribonucleotide which get collected and get jointed in presence of RNA polymerase enzyme to synthesize the messenger. M represent M, that means the messenger, which carry the message towards the site of the protein synthesis, called as the process of the transcription. And then translation, that means the messenger RNA which translate, that means which read out the message to generate, to synthesize the polypeptide chain, that means the protein, which type of protein is to be get synthesized, the message which is get conserved in the messenger RNA in the form of their continuous sequence of the nitrogen bases, that means in the form of the codons. So the messenger RNA which synthesize the proteins in the cytoplasm of the cell, the process is called as the translation process. So here the translation process which generates the protein, and here the whole process, it shows the specificity. The whole process is under the control of the DNA, and the specificity which get controlled by the DNA strand, where the sequence of the nitrogen bases or the nucleotides which controls the particular type of protein must get synthesized. That means it shows the very perfection or the specificity. That is the basic about the transcription and translation. I will again repeat here. The transcription, that means any one DNA strand again shows the specificity which opens in 3' to 5' direction, synthesize the complementary RNA strand called as the messenger RNA. The process is called as the transcription, and then later on the mRNA which synthesize the protein, that is the process of the translation. Here the process of the transcription always get achieved in the nucleus, while the process of translation get achieved in the cytoplasm of the cell. So the transcription which get achieved in the nucleus, that means inside the nuclear membrane in the nucleoplasm, the process of the transcription get achieved, while the translation which get achieved in the cytoplasm of the cell. Another important point about the transcription, that is the transcription process which always get achieved in G1 and G2 phase of the cell cycle. G1 phase, that means the growth 1 phase, and G2 phase, that means the growth 2nd phase of the cell cycle. Particularly both phases are the phases of the interphase. There are two main phases of the cell cycle. We will studied last time about the cell cycle. The cell cycle shows the two main phases, as the mitotic phase, in which actually the cell divides, called as the M phase, and the remaining phase is called as the interphase, and the interphase again it shows the G1 phase, then the S phase and the G2 phase. So here in the interphase, the G1 and G2 phase, where the process of the transcription, the synthesis or the generation of the different types of RNAs, here particularly the mRNA, which get achieved by the process of the protein synthesis. Then details about the process of the transcription. The transcription, for our understanding, it shows the three main steps. As the transcription unit, the process of the transcription, and the third one, that is the processing of the hnRNA. I will explain in detail one by one. So the transcription shows the three main phases, so under which the first one, that is the transcription unit. The transcription unit, that means any one strand of DNA which act as a template, and again on the template the particular segment, the particular genes responsible to achieve the process of the transcription, the particular segment of the DNA template which containing the genes responsible to achieve the process of the transcription, called as the transcription unit. So in short, we can say as the transcription unit, that means the segment of the DNA template required to achieve the process of the transcription, called as the transcription unit. The transcription unit shows the number of genes called as the structural genes or the structural unit, and again here the unit, the transcription unit, which shows their initiation point called as the promoter and the termination point called as the terminator. So I will again explain with the help of the diagram here. Suppose here the DNA molecule which regulates the process of the protein synthesis. Initially the two strands of the DNA which starts to separate from each other by breaking the hydrogen bonds by using the helicase enzyme, and it get uncoiled, that means which remains in the stable condition, that means by separating the two strands separately, out of which only one strand of the DNA shows the free end, that is the 3' end. So the open strand, that means 3' to 5' direction. So here the strand opens like this. The free arm or the free end, that is a 3' to 5' direction, and the strand, it may be referred as, or it may be termed as here upstream strand. That means it also termed as antisense stream. So the upstream or the antisense stream, here the two terms which are important, maybe the question asked in multiple choice question, that is about the antisense or the upstream strand or the stream, and the specificity which opens along 5' to 3' direction. Here which opens along 3' to 5' direction. The 3' which one is the open free end. So the strand is termed as the DNA template, which act as a template. The template, that means it shows the number of genes, that is it act as a transcription unit, or it also termed as the structural unit, the structural gene which responsible to achieve the process of the transcription, that means which achieve the process of the synthesis of the mRNA, messenger RNA, it also termed as the primary transcript, initially get transcripted. So on the template, always at free 3' end, on the template, always at free 3' end, the RNA polymerase which get linked or joined, and so here the segment which responsible to bind RNA polymerase at 3' end of the template called as promoter. I will again repeat this point. The particular segment or the unit which responsible to carry the process of transcription is called as the transcription unit, that means the structural unit or the gene. The structural unit, here the DNA strand act as a template and which shows open free end always 3', and so it opens from 3' to 5' end, 3' to 5' end. Their open side 3' to 5' direction. So this is about the structural unit or the transcription unit. On the transcription unit, there are two terminating ends or the points. The point or the segment located at 3' end gives the proper binding site for RNA polymerase called as the promoter site. Suppose here this one is the promoter site. Promoter. The promoter which gives the proper binding site for RNA polymerase always at 3' end. Then third point, terminator. The terminator is another termination point which located at which located at 5' end of the template, and through which it gives the proper site at the 5' end to leave out, which leave out. So here the RNA polymerase always translocated from 3' to 5' end of the template. So as the process started, it translocated one by one sequentially towards the 5' end, and through this end the RNA polymerase leave out. So the particular site of the template located at 5' end responsible to leave out the RNA polymerase called as the terminator. That means the transcription unit which shows the particular genes responsible to achieve the process of the transcription for the synthesis or for the generation of the RNA, particularly the messenger RNA, called as the transcription unit. The transcription unit at the two ends shows the segment termed as the promoter and terminator. The promoter always located at 3' end of the template, and the promoter gives proper binding site for the RNA polymerase, while the terminator, which located at the 5' end. So the terminator is the particular segment of the template at 5' end, which responsible to leave out the RNA polymerase, called as the terminator. So which are three important points initially we have to cite? As the transcription unit, that means the structural gene, and which shows the two terminating points, दोन टोकाला दोन पॉइंट्स असतात at 3' end the promoter, at 5' end the terminator. Promoter and terminator, that means the very small segment responsible here to bind RNA polymerase, and terminator responsible to leave out the RNA polymerase. So that is about the first point, transcription unit, and under which we can cite the three sub points. Then here some points in the reference of the multiple choice question, that means we have to go towards the perfection always. That means there is always confusion between what is the antisense and the sense strand or the stream. The antisense stream, that means the template of the DNA on which, that means here the DNA strand which opens 3' to 5' end, called as the antisense strand, that means which open in 3' to 5' direction, and which one is the DNA strand or the template called as the antisense strand or the stream. And it also termed as the upstreams. Upstream it termed as the upstream. So both are the important references according to the multiple choice question. One more important reference, that is the sigma factor. At the time of the process of the transcription in prokaryotes, for the initiation of the process, the sigma factor plays important role. Only in prokaryotes here sigma factor requires to initiate the process. That means the sigma factor plays important role to bind the RNA polymerase at the 3' end, that means at the promoter site, only in prokaryotes. That is the sigma factor. Then the second important point. Here the first transcription unit, under which three sub points. Then next one, that is actual process of the transcription. Actual steps to construct the messenger RNA. That means the process of the transcription to generate the messenger RNA. There are three main steps. Here the points continued, third, then later on fourth, fifth, sixth. So initially the process starts at the 3' end, that means the promoter which initiates the process to give the proper binding site for the RNA polymerase. RNA polymerase get bind at 3' end, that means by the promoter, and the process starts. So the initiation and the promoter somewhat the interrelated points. Here the transcription unit shows the two important parts or the segments located as 3' 5' direction. And here under the process, the initiation, that means the process starts again in presence of the particular segment which gives the binding site for the RNA polymerase at 3' end. So the initiation always starts at 3' end of the DNA template. Here the references related with only the DNA template. The DNA template at 3' end, the process starts in presence of the particular segment, that is the promoter. So the promoter, particular binding site at 3' end of the template, RNA polymerase get joined and start the process called as the initiation process. Then question arises, how the process initiates? As if the RNA polymerase get bind here at the promoter, it attracts the complementary nucleotides, and the nucleotides which are the ribonucleotides. So here it attracts the complementary nucleotides, and the nucleotides which are the ribonucleotides. Ribo, because ribose pentose sugar present, and so here the ribonucleotides. So the ribonucleotides get attracted, and it get attracted, that means here on the DNA template the nucleotide is present, that is the deoxyribonucleotide, and the deoxyribonucleotide which attracts here the complementary nucleotide in presence of RNA polymerase. As if the complementary nucleotide which get attracted here towards the site on the template, then later on the RNA polymerase further translocated. As if it get further translocated, again it attract complementary nucleotide, and then later on the two successive nucleotides get jointed together, again in presence of enzyme RNA polymerase. And then in this way the process get initiated at 3' end in presence of the promoter by attracting the complementary nucleotide. So the process starts at 3' end by the promoter. Then second step, the process further continued from 3' end to the 5' end of the template, and the process as if get continued from 3' end to 5' end is called as elongation. That means here the polymerization on the template from 3' to 5' direction get achieved. So the polymerization, poly that means many, polymerization that means the number of ribonucleotides get attracted one by one sequentially, as if the RNA polymerase translocated, and then the complementary ribonucleotides get jointed, and in this way in the polymerization, that means the new strands of RNA get constructed always in 5' to 3' direction. The new strand constructed always 5' to 3' direction. So the new strand that means ultimately RNA. So the new RNA get constructed always in 5' to 3' direction. But here in the elongation, the process which continued from 3' to 5' direction, here 3' to 5' of the template, because both the strands runs anti-parallelly. That means one 3' to 5' direction, another here the 5' to 3' direction. So the anti-parallel strands, and so the new strand get constructed in 5' to 3' direction, while the elongation which runs in 3' to 5' direction of the template. So always avoid the confusion. The old template strand, the DNA template, the process run 3' to 5' direction, and the construction of new strand always 5' to 3' direction, and so the process is called as the elongation. Complementary nucleotides get attracted and continuously the polymerization get achieved in presence of RNA polymerase, and which construct the new strand called as the polymerization, and the process or the step is called as the elongation. Here the polynucleotide chain which get constructed, and so the process is called as polymerization. And then finally termination. Termination, that means the process gets stopped, and the process which stops at the particular segment of the template, and the particular segment of the template, suppose here the promoter segment and here suppose the terminator segment. The terminator segment responsible to leave out, the terminator segment which cannot allow to bind the RNA polymerase, through which the RNA polymerase leave out, and due to which here the process stops. So always the termination process, that means the process stop at 5' end of the template. The process of termination stops at the 5' end of the template in presence of the small segment called as the terminator. The terminator plays significant role to stop or terminates the process of the transcription, because the segment, the terminator, that means a particular segment of the DNA template which cannot bind the RNA polymerase, and so through which, that means at 5' end, the particular terminator segment leave out the RNA polymerase and the process stops here. That is the termination by the terminator at 5' end of the template. And then later on here, the newly constructed RNA strand, that is called as the, in our textbook it referred as primary transcript. Initially they transcribed chale, the primary transcript. The primary transcript, it may be also termed as heteronuclear RNA. So here heteronuclear RNA, and then later on I will explain about the what is the meaning of heteronuclear RNA, or the which processes act there to generate the messenger RNA, and that is our third step under the process of transcription. We will study the 3 steps as the transcription unit, showing the promoter, terminator, then the process of transcription, initiation at promoter site, elongation from 3' to 5' direction, and termination, that means the process stops at the 5' end and it generates, it synthesizes the RNA called as the primary transcript or the heteronuclear RNA. And then later on, from the site, here the mRNA leave out in the nucleoplasm. The whole process takes place inside the nucleus. The whole process always takes place inside the nucleus. So in the nucleoplasm, this primary transcript which leave out through this model, through the structure, and then later on the primary transcript later on undergo the process to generate, to synthesize the messenger RNA. So here this one is the messenger RNA. and the messenger RNA which synthesized from the, this one is the HN-RNA, heteronuclear RNA undergo the process, and the processes such as the splicing, capping and tailing to generate the functional segment of the RNA called as the messenger RNA. So here the third point, processing of the HN-RNA, heteronuclear RNA, that means the primary transcript RNA, by the process as splicing, capping, tailing. So here again three important points. So first, structural gene or the unit, second one the promoter, third one is the terminator. Then under the second major step, that is actually the process initiation, elongation, termination, and then later on the seventh. For our understanding, there are total 9 important points: splicing, capping, tailing. So why it necessary, or what is the meaning of heteronuclear RNA? Always in eukaryotes, we will study the terms as heterochromatin and euchromatin in the packaging of DNA. The heterochromatin, that means highly dense regions, highly condensed region on the DNA, which are the non-coded region, which are the inactive regions. So such inactive regions at the time of the transcription, which get converted, that means synthesized, termed as the introns. The heterochromatin, that means the inactive regions of the DNA, at the time of the process of the transcription, it synthesizes the segments called as the introns. So always the introns which are the inactive regions, and the inactive regions which get constructed from the inactive segments or the regions located on DNA, it termed as the heterochromatin. Heterochromatin on the DNA template, which are the inactive regions. That means in primary transcript, some regions which are inactive, and so the newly constructed strand, the continuous coded regions without any pause, without any gap, the primary transcript, that means heteronuclear RNA, undergo the process under which the first step, that is splicing. It gets splicing, that means cut, and the splicing particularly for the removal of introns. So the splicing, that means for the removal of introns, the primary transcript undergo the process of the splicing, and later on, after the splicing, all inactive regions, that means all introns which get removed, and so here the removal of the introns takes place by the splicing, and then the constructed strand which shows the all coded regions, all coded segments. Then later on, the capping and tailing get achieved. The capping always at 5' end. Here the cap, that means the initiation process at 5' end of the newly constructed strand, and capping, that means by the addition of methyl guanosine triphosphate unit at the initiation end. by the addition of methyl guanosine triphosphate at 5' end. So at 5' end, here the unit get linked or the joint called as the capping, and the unit that is methyl guanosine triphosphate. We will study the term that is the guanosine triphosphate. In DNA, that is the deoxyriboguanosine triphosphate. But here again the methyl group get linked, and so here methyl guanosine triphosphate, and the unit plays important role in the translation process to initiate the process. And then later on the tailing, that means at 3' end, tail end, here again the addition of polyadenylate tail, that means the polyadenylate, poly that means many, large in number, the adenylate group which added and get joined at the 3' end, that is called as the polyadenylate tail, and the process is called as the tailing. And so under the processing of the heteronuclear RNA, there are 3 steps as the splicing for the removal of introns, the introns which are the inactive regions, then the capping, that means the addition of the methyl guanosine triphosphate group at 5' end for the initiation of the process of the translation, and then tailing, that means at 3' end addition of polyadenylate tail for the termination of the process of the translation. And so in this way the whole process, the whole mechanism is called as the transcription, in which the DNA template, that means the 3' end to 5' directed strand, the DNA template by the process of the transcription, which finally generate, that means which construct the messenger RNA, the messenger RNA which is the continuous coded strand, coded region. And so here there are 9 major steps, main steps: structural unit, promoter, terminator, initiation process, elongation, termination, then the splicing, capping, and the tailing. So in this way today I will stop here. The transcription process completed. The diagram also carries the weightage at the time of the examination, and then in next lecture we will start the translation process. That means the second major step under the protein synthesis. So I will stop here.